a channel message for you guys from the first video. The reason why it slipped my mind was because YouTube cut my video. I cut my live and I absolutely forgot, but you'll see budding blossoms in that title on tomorrow morning. So what I was talking about, this is referring to, think about the flowers in spring, or think about the trees like when it's springtime, and how once, like it seemed like the tree was bare, like the tree was just bare, and then 2 days later, or before you fucking know it, or before you realize, the tree is like fully blossomed, right? So this is what your prosperity, your abundance, this is what your upgrades are going to look like. This is the energy that is going to mimic, right? Reflections of nature, like the way that fruits and flowers and stuff bud in nature. So it's the same thing. Like, think about like dandelions, right? I really wish I had like a flower tarot. I got to get me one, a crystal. I got to get a crystal deck and an herbology deck, right? But it makes me think about the energy of dandelions. So you know how you can mow a lawn, and like in 2 days or overnight or the very next day, you'll see, oh, I forgot to put my earring back in. You'll see a dandelion like out of nowhere, or you can pluck a dandelion or from one spot, and then it seems like in a matter of 24 hours there's another dandelion that grows back in that same spot. So, and all flowers and plants and stuff like that, trees are different, right? They have different timing, right? Or some of them may be like seasonal, or it's just they have different timings. They have their own unique timings, but it's within the same season, right? So we are in a season of like receiving as well as a season of releasing. But it's divine timing, when you were just like out in blossom. So of course you've already been growing, being watered, this, that, and the third. But this is what it's going to look like, right? It's going to be like very they're telling you to expect this energy because it is a promise, like it's a guarantee, but it's going to still kind of be like unexpected, like the way it pop up on you, right? Okay, so that was the message I was getting regarding like budding blossoms. So for example, this is a good example. You know how that movie, it was a movie or a series or something that came out on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, and something about Sister Nancy's song. So y'all know we've been vibing to like bum bum ayo, me one time bum 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 be long. Like we've been vibing to this, right? But you see how the song got so much like recognition, or like peak recognition out of nowhere, right? So this is how it's going to be. Like, that's an example of a budding blossom, right? And this is how it's going to reflect in your lives as well, with whatever you're working on, your projects, your crafts, your purpose, your project, whatever it is, whatever way you're contributing to the collective and co-creating with the universe, right? There's going to be some like your expansion, right? Your expansion, your recognition, your notoriety, whatever is going to look like for you, whatever that expansion looks like for you, it's going to pop up on you like budding blossoms, right? And then it's going to manifest, it's going to keep expanding, right? So you might see one or two or a few blossoms on a tree, and then as the days go by, like the tree begins to fill out, right, and becomes fuller. So this is what it's going to look like it's only up from here type energy. Okay, so what did I put? I think I put budding blossoms, patience. So they're telling you to be patient right now at this time. Don't be too hard on yourself, because there is an energy out there. There's like I put in the caption for the other video, a thick misery cloud, and it's thick, right? And so being empathic, being a divine person or whatever, be mindful of these feelings or these energies, these emotions being projected onto you. Make sure you're not internalizing this as your own, or these feelings and these emotions that come up, make sure you're properly analyzing them and putting them in proper perspective, right? Remembering that the calm after the storm is promised, right? So anticipating and expecting the calmness to be restored, right? Balance to be restored, no matter the severity or the intensity of any storm you experience in your life, like including your emotions. No matter the severity or extremity or intensity of your emotions, expect calmness, right? After every storm, there's a rainbow, there's this energy of calmness or restoration, right? So Spirit is telling us that we need to get in a mindset or adopt a dominant perception where we, you know, expect calmness, or we expect rainbows, and don't just stop at expecting rainbows, but expecting something to be attached on the end of that rainbow, right? So having this type of perception, right? So this is going to help put you in alignment with the energy of prosperity and abundance. All right. I'm hearing Ellie Goulding. Anything could happen. Anything. I know it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be. So telling you to have this mindset. I know I'm going to be successful. I know it's going to work out. I know there's going to be justice in my situation. I know, you know, the ancestors will avenge me. I know the Most High, you know, is there for me every step of the way. I know I will grow and become better. I will overcome this thing. I am more than a conqueror. I know this, right? So being in the energy of knowing, right? So now I'm hearing Drake, know yourself. Know yourself. So you could have already had this energy, but some way you was disconnected from it by, you know, emotional turmoil or no emotional conflict, mental conflicts that were projected onto you, or that you succumbed to because this was like it was very dominant or thick in your environment, right, or around you, or it could have been like a plague, like in your bloodline or one of your bloodlines. So you still like encounter this energy, and you know picked up on that, or you adopted some of the ways and some of the habits and just the patterns from other people, you know, how they go about handling, you know, different kinds of emotional displays, right? All right, so I'm gonna pull a few cards because that's basically what I got for you. But I couldn't shake it. I was about to go make me something to eat, and Spirit was just like, put it out there. You know, it doesn't matter how short the video is, put it out there just to get it out there, right? So I just wanted to be very clear about that. The budding blossoms is even, you know, it's talking about people individually, whatever it is that they've been, you know, investing in, or whatever they've been trying to manifest, that budding, you know, that blossoming. This is also talking about relationships. This is talking about families expanding. So fertility, you know, people, you know, getting pregnant, you know, and stuff like that. So this is the energy. This is the energy. So when I'm hearing too, you know how you could experience people who told you that, you know, you wanting more, or having a mindset of wanting to dream big, or want more for yourself, or want nice things or luxury things like that, like you were being ungrateful, like you needed to be you need to appreciate like what you have and stuff like that. And it's not that you don't, but the reason why it's something involving your past life. The reason why you feel pulled or drawn to these certain kind of luxury things and luxury living, right? So, and that has a lot to do with you just being a divine masculine or divine feminine. But this is actually a mindset it co-creates. It's like it aligns with the frequency in order to will or to bring in like more expansion opportunities or these kind of things, right? So even though you may have like been around people or been, you know, led to believe that, you know, you're just like kind of being hopeless, like a hopeless romantic or something like that, you're not being reasonable, like, you know, that type of thing. You know, they're telling you that you have this mindset for a reason, or you had those desires for a reason. But it's the same as anticipating a rainbow with a pot of gold, right? A pot of gold and some diamonds or something like that. Like, you know, don't be afraid to like really dream big for yourself, right? To really meditate and visualize and just playfully, like, you know, imagine these wonderful things for yourself, right? Because it's a part of manifestation, right? Okay. Ooh. The collective field is impacting you, unseen forces in action. So that's why I said, like, be mindful about this misery cloud. Like, there's a cloud of, like, because the energy is present, like this energy of discomfort, of worry, of, you know, what's going to happen next, what's going to be the next big thing that I need to protect myself from, my family, and this, that, and the third. You know, all these, you know, these shootings, these rumors of wars and all type of shit. And So there's a lot of people who like are in this energy, but the divine collective are not supposed to be in this energy. Because you can identify the unseen. What unseen forces are at play here? How can you relinquish control of the situation that feels blocked? How can you relinquish control of the situation that feels blocked? And that's by releasing control, like releasing the perception of control, or wanting to control the outcome, right? Fixating on the outcome. No, you just need to have an anticipation and expectancy of peace, of resolve, of justice, of calmness, of a rainbow after the storm. So they're telling you you have to make sure you align your mindset and your perception with the planets, with the astrological transits here, because there's like a polarity, to all things. So you don't want to be on the flip side of that energy, right? And so you don't want to be on that. This is not your practice life, and decide, what is your inner voice telling you about the dream in your heart? This is not your practice life. So why would you downplay or repress or suppress the things that you actually want to do, the person that you actually want to become, or that you want to be, that you see yourself as being? Why would you put that on, why would you put that aside, or make it seem like, or maybe, no, they're telling you this is the lifetime where you can manifest this, and you can manifest your desires and be your true authentic self, right? This is the time. This is the lifetime. But you have to decide. You have to make the decision, because the indecision comes from you, actually contemplating and considering these other people's projections, right? This says the collective field is impacting you. So you're collecting other energies in the field, or whatever fields that you're coming through and stuff like that. And then you're using that to compare against your own perception of yourself, your dreams, your desires, or whatever, and it's causing some indecisiveness. So they're telling you that you need to properly identify what's yours and what's not yours. Don't internalize people's thoughts, people's opinions or their biases and stuff like that. Stop internalizing that, so that you can stay clear, you can stay focused, and keep you're able to shift your focus from other people's projections to to that of your own, what you want to project into your reality, right? What is most in alignment with you and your soul. Everyone is on their own journey. That's confirmation. Budding blossoms. Everyone is on their own journey. I'm so glad this card came out, because this is the words that I wanted to get out to describe this fucking channeling. Everyone is on their own journey. So that means when it's your time to blossom, that is when you're going to blossom, right? Just like the flowers in nature, we're reflections of nature. They don't all blossom at the same time, but they blossom. Some of them blossom in groups. Some of them blossom individually, right? So whatever is uniquely, whatever is most aligned with you, or what's orchestrated or designed for your path, that's going to be the timing and the manifestation of your blossoming, right? But remember, everyone is on their own path, so don't get caught up in seeing other people, seeing their blossoming effects, or seeing their blossoming outcomes, and wondering, am I not in alignment? Why does it seem like things are not blossoming in this particular time frame for me as well? That's because everyone is on their own path, right? Sister Nancy, she made that song decades ago, goddamn, and you see how she got all that recognition. You see how when it happened, right? So they're telling you this is how it's going to be for you too, whether that's something you created, whether that's a song, a post, a book, an idea, a project, a charity, a nonprofit, a craft, a product, right? Or just you yourself blossoming into a higher version of yourself, right? Your blossoming self-esteem, blossoming connections, you finally getting pregnant or conceiving a child, you finally being able to create or reap the family that you deserve, the kind of friends that you deserve, right? Solid connections and friendships, real structure and stability and foundation, prosperity, not having to worry about how you're going to pay for this, when you're going to pay for that, how to distribute these things, to take care of all of these things. No, that worrying energy, that's going to be removed. but it has a lot to do with you too. You have to also release it. It requires a level of your willpower. So a lot of people, see, that's why the solar plexus and the sacral gets attacked so often, right? Because the solar plexus is like, it's like the seat of your confidence, right? Your willpower. So when people come in, you know, with projections, like, you know, projecting this energy onto you, and it's like dimming your light, it's dimming your inner sun. So if it's dimming your inner sun, that means it's clouding your perception of your emotions, like your ability to properly, like, understand, your ability to properly understand and process your own emotions, right? So that you can be mindful about what you're producing or what you're creating into the reality, right? And this is because, you know, the sacral chakra, which is underneath your solar plexus, right, underneath your inner sun, if your sun is dimmed in any kind of way, right, so this also is going to impact your ability, like, to feel sure about yourself and sure about your decisions and being decisive. So this where this indecisive energy come from. Somebody trying to impact your self-esteem, your self-concept, how you view yourself, right? Your self-confidence. So you need to understand and be able to recognize and identify what these attacks look like and what these projections actually are, what they look like, and that they're not yours, right? That they're here to put you in this dark. You see how this person's very dark, but they're still shining. So it's created to manifest as stagnant energy. So just on Facebook too, I was saying that, you know, a lot of these posts, you know, that we share, you know, and as a community, you know, we speak on it and stuff like that. We share our judgments and our biases and stuff, like, especially like celebrities and stuff like that. And you'll see this, like, really draw people out, like, draw people's, like, real, like, perceptions and attitudes, and, you know, that are ultimately destructive, you know, towards the community, or it's unhealthy, or it's unhealed, unbalanced, but there's some type of conflict, like these people exposing their mental conflicts, you know, and being drawn out by certain posts or certain topics and stuff like that. We're not supposed to get on there to try to, you know, to bicker and argue back and forth with these people. You know, by all means necessary, if you like to share, you know, some information, you know, do that. But if you can tell that it's going in an energy where this person is trying to argue with you, trying to compete with you, you know, they're coming at you, projecting this aggression onto you, and this inferiority, and all this shit, and this power struggle shit onto you. They're telling you to reject the invitation, deny the invitation, don't accept it, because it's an invitation. It's an invitation to those emotions that these people are harboring. If you engage in whatever this argument is, this going back and forth, and these people have fixed views on the topic, and, you know, ultimately the basis of them, you know, jumping on there is to debate you for some other reason that they're not, you know, blatantly exposing. They're telling you to cease and desist from this shit. Reject the invitation. It's literally an invitation. It's literally an invitation. So all people in this world, all encounters, all energies, I don't care, anything that can influence some type of emotional outcome or reaction or response, these are all invitations. They will continue, and they will be non-effective if you choose not to engage with it, if you choose not to accept the invitation, if you choose not to pour your energy into it and feed it. It can't grow. It will have to starve. It will have to die, right? So they're telling you to unplug from these things that's trying to dim your light here, because they're trying to dim your light because you're blossoming. You're in the blossoming stage, like you're close to this, right? So that's why they're trying to dim your light, to slow down your budding, to slow down your flourishing and your blossoming. So it's your responsibility to identify that and not allow it. Deny the invitation. Reject it. Reject the invitation for this cloud or this fog to try to come in and dim your inner sun and have you doubting yourself and doubting your choices and what should you do and where should you go? When is it going to work? Is it going to work? They're telling you it's a fucking invitation for you to fucking have anxiety. It's an invitation for you to doubt yourself. It's an invitation for you to question yourself. It's an invitation for you to deny yourself. But deny the invitation. An invitation is not a guarantee that you have to attend, that you have to participate. No, you have the option to choose if you want to attend or not, if you want to participate or not, if you want to reject it, decline it, or accept it, right? So you need to trust more in your authority, your self-authority, your eternal authority, your willpower, and your inner sun, right? Trusting your light and your knowledge about a situation, or your senses or what you're feeling, trusting more in yourself, right? And not having any shame about it, not feeling guilty, not allowing people to guilt trip you or none of that. Those are projections. Those are projections. All right? So somebody needs to know these dark feelings or these dark emotional feelings or like whatever like way that you're viewing yourself, you need to know that this is an energy, this is a present energy in the collective field. And you're empathic, you're picking up on this energy. You're picking up on energy that's not yours. Right? Trying to make sure I don't forget anything else. Now we got the number 22 here. That's the number that's talking about building. We got 4 here too. 3 and 1. 4 is talking about your structure, right? Your foundation. So understand, like, don't allow these things to be built into your structure and your hay and shit like that, things that they, you know, that are not conducive, like, in order to build like a solid structure, right? So just be mindful about that. Be mindful about that. There was something else I was thinking about. Oh, look at this card right here. This is confirmation. Your roots are well protected. They are well maintained. They are strong. You are rooted. You are grounded in this thing. You are grounded in your evolution and your authenticity and your truth here. But this is what's going to help you. This is what I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. So you'll have some people trying to uproot you here. You're going to have some individuals trying to uproot you, some people who feel defensive against you, or you could be feeling defensive that somebody's going to try to uproot you or try to sabotage or destroy you or ruin something that you have because you experienced it before. People trying to sabotage or ruin something for you for the sake of like competition or something, or envy, right? Righting past wrongs. So this could talk about how you used to do things before. Whenever, you know, you encounter people, you know, attacking you and stuff like that, and you felt defenseless, now you know that you're not defenseless. Now you know that you actually can defend yourself. Now you know that you're not only, you know, you don't have to resort to, you know, the kind of like toxic and just inconsiderate things and actions that people have taken against you or against others. You don't have to, you know, stoop to their level in order to defend yourself properly, right? You don't have to, you know, reduce yourself to defend yourself. You don't have to sabotage yourself to defend yourself. You don't have to hide yourself to defend yourself. You don't have to hide yourself to defend yourself. All right? So now you're able to defend yourself with confidence. You're able to defend yourself with authority, with conviction, right? So this is you writing your past wrongs. But this is, yeah, okay. So like I said in the other video about relationships, like representing like these blossoms that's budding too, like budding relationships. So this could be a partnership. This could be a cousinship, a familyship. This could be like old connections wanting to or coming back into union or being renewed, right? That's for some people. That's for some people. Please use your discernment. Only reason I said that because look at these two people. You see these two faces underneath the ground? This also talks about, you know, you coming into union with people who pray and hope, like, to be aligned with people who are like them, with people who are, you know, nourishing and grounding and, you know, nurturing, right? With this earth energy here, somebody who is strong and rooted and grounded, unmovable, right? A person who can't be easily fazed by rumors, by gossip, by lies, by temptation. You guys have been praying for people like this to be reunited and connected with people like this. This is what's blossoming as well. So we got all these cards. Okay. We got the Seeds of Mentaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. So this is talking about you seeing your potential, you seeing more of like the power that you really do have, like the effect of like to transform, like that you really have. You're seeing the power and what other people was intimidated by concerning you, but not in an arrogant manner. You're not seeing it in an arrogant manner. You're trying to explore ways to like make this energy work for you. It's not a matter of trying to outdo anyone, trying to get back at anybody, prove some shit. It ain't none of that. You just trying to figure out, damn, if I'm really this fucking magical, if I'm really this fucking powerful, if people really act like this, do this, or attracted to me because my energy is really like this, like I really have the energy to like manifest. Like people have manifested off my energy. So you're working to learn more ways like to experiment with your energy, like to really like become real savvy and like a master of your energy. So that's what's blossoming too, and that's what's aiding and assisting the blossoming. Okay. Okay, so this is also, so the seeds of Mintaka is also talking about like you seeing the potential of different outcomes, right? Like not you fixating on the worst possible outcomes or what could go wrong in a situation, or because like you're in the midst of a storm or a battle or conflict or whatever, like you're not focusing too much on that. Like you're not putting your faith on, okay, this is what's happening, like this is something that's just going to happen in my path. Like no, you're putting your faith on what's to come as a result, what's coming after that, right? So seeing the potential of the good, of the peace that's going to come from this, of what's going to grow from this situation, seeing the potential of growth from releasing whatever the fuck this is, right? Seeing the potential to expand if I let this go or release this, right? The cosmic heart, devotion, potency, making your life a moving prayer. Exactly. You see the power in speaking things into existence, or the power of gossiping or talking about somebody, or the power of words, and you know how it can really destroy people, and you know it can cause people to do things that they otherwise wouldn't do. So you're understand like the powers that were once used against you to control you emotionally, like you're learning, or you're understanding how you can use this to your advantage, how you can actually be even more powerful with using this energy because you have good intentions, right? You have pureness of heart, right? So make your life a moving prayer. Make your life a moving prayer. This is not your practice life. This is not your practice life. So mean what you say what you mean, do what you really want. Be who you believe yourself to really be. Be who you really are, right? Live your life authentically so you don't have to regret. Like, you don't have to have any regrets from you being something that somebody else wanted you to be, or you producing energies that were projected onto you and it was never yours, right? And then you have to sit there and deal with the guilt or whatever like that come from that, right? So this is talking about being devoted to being your true self. Being devoted to believing that you deserve good things, that you will reap good things. Being devoted to having this mindset. Being devoted to achieving, maintaining, and sustaining this mindset, this perception of yourself in your life. Right? Having a cosmic heart. Having cosmic thoughts. Having a cosmic perception. Having cosmic understanding. Having cosmic intelligence. Having cosmic connections, right? Things that are out of this world. You are not limited to this world and the things that you have witnessed on this world. You are not limited to the patterns that are of this world that you have witnessed in this world. You are not limited to that. You are connected to the cosmos. So you can experience way more fulfilling, way more miraculous experiences in this lifetime. But it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Potency. Potency. Potent. Become potent. How do you become a potent energy? You must be as transparent and authentic as possible. Being your authentic self. Being true to your feelings. Being true to what you feel, what you see, what you think. This is what makes your prayers more potent. This is what makes your manifestations, your experiences, your happiness more potent. right? This is what's going to help. This is what's going to keep you high. This is what's going to keep you high off life, right? The potency of the energies you engage, right? The energies you accept and allow. Because you're gonna receive a lot of different invitations. But you have to discern. You have to be able to discern what invitations are going to lead you to growth and expansion, are going to lead you to organic happiness, are going to help you blossom, are going to help ignite or add more light to your sun, right? That's going to add nutrients and minerals to your seeds, to your roots, to who you are as an individual, to your creations. All right, but this your girl, the Authentic Empress. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.